athletes just about to be introduced to the crowd.
Vous allez assister maintenant à la finale du 800 mètres messieurs.
Peter Elliott lines up in lane 1, the World Championship silver medalist. 4th in the World Championship in 1983. Great applause and support for Peter Elliott, one of the grittiest runners in track racing. This is José Barbosa, the bronze medalist in the World Championship from Brazil and the world indoor 800-meter champion. Nixon Kiprotich, the Kenyan, moved up from 400 meters, first in the East African Championship, first in the Kenyan trials. Paul Ereng at the University of Virginia in America, third in the Kenyan trials. And there's Saïd Aouita, the reigning Olympic 5,000-meter champion. And in the next lane, the reigning Olympic 800-meter champion, defending his title, Joaquim Cruz. Coming back after injury.
Lane 7, number 1093, Johnny Gray, USA.
Johnny Gray, the American record holder and champion. On the outside, clowning Donato Sabia of Italy, 5th in the last Olympic Games. The final of the 800 meters. Away first time, the bend to be run in lanes, then they break in the back straight. And they've gone tearing away, particularly Kiprotich and Barbosa. And there's going to be a battle for the lead here. And sure enough, Aouita is back in 8th place. And it's Kiprotich who takes the lead. In 2nd place, Barbosa had to chop back 23 seconds for 200 meters, unbelievable. And still Kiprotich leading. Barbosa in 2nd place and battling for the lead. Cruz, the champion, is 3rd. Peter Elliott in 4th place, trying to follow the pace. Johnny Gray is 5, and Aouita goes up to 6th. So they come up to complete the first lap. Barbosa takes it over and gets his way. Kiprotich has to throttle back. And the time at the bell, inside 50, 49.5. Very, very quick indeed. Elliott stretching through in 4th place, following Cruz. Barbosa, Brazil. Kiprotich in 2nd place, then Joaquim Cruz, the reigning champion. Peter Elliott, the World Championship silver medalist. And Aouita moves the upper gear into 5th place. Down the back straight, it's Kiprotich trying to take him on, but he can't get past Barbosa. And Cruz is queuing up there. Kiprotich gets through, Barbosa gets blocked off, and Peter Elliott goes with them. He's in 3rd place, and Peter Elliott attacking on the outside. Cruz looks to see who it is. It's Elliott, but he went the long way round. Aouita now, and Cruz and Elliott, and on the inside, storming through, is Ereng. Ereng, the Kenyan, has come right from nowhere. Ereng, the unknown Kenyan, comes through to win it. Cruz 2nd, Aouita 3rd, Elliott 4, Gray 5, Barbosa 6, Sabia 7, and Kiprotich in 8th place. Ereng, who was last at the bell, comes through to be 1st on the tape. 1:43.45, a superb run, and I think the others destroyed each other. Elliott made his bid, perhaps in the wrong place, going wide on the crown of the bend. If he'd waited, he might well have had a medal, but it was a good run by him, a really good run. But, well, Paul Ereng at the University of Virginia, 1:44.55, his previous best, only 3rd in the Kenyan trials. But here he's run a 2nd faster than ever before, and he got it tactically right. Now, I wonder if Kiprotich sold himself in front for Ereng's benefit. I don't think the Kenyans tend to run like that. I think they'd run for themselves. But he got a clear run in the end, and as the other athletes tired, he mowed them down.
Well, that was an excellent run by Ereng, but I'll tell you what, all it proved was the way to run an 800-meter race is not to run 49.5 for the first lap, because the leaders run 49 for the first lap and 55 for the 2nd lap, whereas Ereng, who was out of trouble all the time, stayed off the pace, showed remarkable form on the 2nd lap, but his splits would have been more closely 51 seconds for the first lap and 52 seconds for the 2nd lap. And you know, running distance races, and especially 800 meters, it's a little bit like the laws of gravity, because if you go too fast, it catches you eventually, and they were going too fast Cruz was going too fast. Aouita wasn't fast enough, but Ereng had done it right, timed it right, tactically was absolutely brilliant.
Elliott made his bid there on the crown of the bend, lost ground, still battled his way through. Cruz, the Olympic champion, making his bid for the double. But look at Ereng, he got a run on the inside, and he's fairly flying at the end. And really the others committed suicide with that first lap. Well, first 600 metres really, because they were all tiring. Ereng takes the gold for Kenya. Cruz, the Olympic champion, takes silver this time. In third place, Saïd, Aouita, and Elliott, a very gallant fourth.
You just don't go through at 49.5 and win it, and it's Barbosa and Kiprotich are the two that go absolutely back and back. Elliott stayed, and that was a guts performance from Peter Elliott. He really did give his all. He gets himself a little bit tangled up. There are feet flying there. It's Cruz that he gets tucked away with. But that's a remarkable run by the Kenyan, who stayed out of all the trouble and absolutely cruised right the way through the field. And the front runners at 400 metres were going backwards to him then. It was a beautifully balanced piece of running. And John Velzian, who's with the Kenyan team, had said earlier this week, watch out for Ereng, he can do anything. And that augurs well for the other distance races to come, because the Kenyans have such talent at 5,000 metres, 3,000 metres steeplechase and 10,000 metres. But there's a bit of barging there. The two Brazilians getting caught up a little bit. And Peter Elliott has to do a bit of physical contact to get past Barbosa. He does that, but without causing any offence. And what a spirited effort this was. He really did give it his all. He's having to run wide. He's got Aouita coming up to his shoulder. He's just behind and in the shadow of the Olympic champion. But it really was a guts effort from the Rotherham man.
Well, when you consider that 35 minutes ago he was on the track, not even registered on the training track, and had to have an injection for a groin strain, what an effort this was. Ereng comes through to take the gold. Was second fastest than he's ever run before. Second, Cruz of Brazil. In third place, Aouita of Morocco. And Peter Elliott in fourth place, 1:44.12.
Peter, you've always been a brave man. What exactly happened?